Well, hello, welcome back to the channel. This is my 1960 Morris Minor 2-door project. It's been off the road for about 12 years, needs a load of work, doesn't run, doesn't drive, and also it's not good underneath. But before I spend any money on restoring this thing, I need to see if it's going to run first, because if the engine is no good, well, there's no point spending any money on it. So we're going to do the basics today. We'll check the oil, check the coolant, and also see if the electrical system's up together, because if that doesn't work, we're not going to get a spark. So without further ado, let's get out spanners. Right, what have we got going on here? Move that out of the way. Get out of the way. Well, we've got oil. So doesn't look too bad actually, it looks quite healthy. Still got the original Bakelite NGK spark plug caps, that's quite nice to have, they'll clean up a tree. 14mm spark plug wrench or socket. Came out nice and easy. Well, smells of petrol. It's not to be unexpected really, because obviously someone's been cranking on it. Wasn't me. They'll clean up with a wire brush, and we can. I don't want to start chucking a load of money at this car, guys. So we need to see if it's going to start first and run. So I'll clean these plugs up because they'll be perfectly serviceable with a good clean. Should we see if the engine will turn over? Obviously, if you turn the fan blade, it's just going to spin and the belt's just going to not move. You might get some purchase if the belt was tighter, but so I'm turning the fan and it's doing nothing because the belt's slack. So I'm just going to put some pressure with my right hand onto the belt, effectively tightening the belt up and putting it under tension. And if we just turn the fan blade, without cutting myself, of course, outwards. There you go. A bit difficult with the radiator. That turned. So I know the engine's free, that's good. Right, next have we got coolant. Yeah, there's actually, that is full. That's surprising when you look at the radiator. When you look at the fins on the radiator, I don't know if you can see that there, but I don't know how that's holding water, but it is, so we're not going to say no to that. Right, next I'll just check the battery voltage, make sure we've actually got some power to turn this thing over with. So I'm going to set that to 12 volts or 20 volts. Let's just see what we've got in here. That's showing 12.11 volts. It's probably a little bit low, but should be enough to turn the thing over. So normally when you start a car, you'd have to be inside the car turning on the ignition keys, but for a start this has a pull start. But secondly, and more importantly, it comes equipped with a Stilmy box, so you can just do that. Right. Spring clip in there, and a spring clip on the back there. Move that out of the way. So for the purpose of this test, the ignition is on, and you also bounced on the inner wing. In fact, quite frankly, I don't know how you're not falling down, but we won't jinx it. So we just need to check for sparks. I'm just going to move the points over so slightly. Yeah, that's working. You clearly saw and heard that, so we know the call is good and spark is getting down to the points. Excellent, we're one step further. Right, that's good, so we know we're getting sparks, so the next thing is to check whether we're getting fuel. I did notice it's got an aftermarket electric fuel pump. I'm not the greatest fan of those, but we're going to just persevere with it because that's all we've got for the moment. Maybe if we do get this thing running dry, I'll go back to a mechanical pump because I just like the reliance of those. So you see there's a hard line going to the pump. We'll leave that because that's guaranteed to come apart if we touch it. But I will just disturb the fuel feature of the car. We can disconnect it there. If we're getting fuel up to the car, we're a step further to getting this thing started. So we've got some breather hoses in the way there. That could just go there. And the world's smallest screw lower, which seems to be doing the job. Immediately we've got fuel, so that's good. That means that pump is priming and it's chucking fuel up to the carburetor. And also that means we've got fuel. So there's a good possibility that we'll have this thing running in a minute. Shouldn't have just said that, should not have just said that. So we know we're getting fuel up to the carb, that's a good start. This might just start, guys. I'm going to get my boost back and we'll give it a go. Also remembering to leave the ignition on so it burns out the coil. So 3 bars on the charger, that should be enough. So this has to be positive to positive. That's the way it is. Get on there. Positive to positive, ground to ground. Change it on. Right. Okay, so we've got fuel, cap back on, we need the ignition on, so we can go for a test start with the choke out. What could go wrong? Right, it's out of gear. Pump is priming, I can hear that. Should we give it a go? Because I don't know how much fuel is in this. The thing would be to really get a tank of fuel and prime it from that rather than prime it from what's in the tank, because God knows how much fuel in the tank. That's definitely working. We've got the petrol there. Okay. It could be a sticking float, it could be an upper spark. I might have to try changing the or cleaning up the plugs. No, it doesn't want to go at all. Jump back to flashing, so we might be out of charge. Might have to hang fire on this. That's disappointing. Let's give it one last go. No. That's a negative. Right, while the battery boost pack is charging, I'm just going to crack the plugs out and give them a quick clean. May as well. gives it half a chance of starting, doesn't it? Worst case, I've got another set of plugs I can put in it. Yeah, they're richer than Bill Gates, as Derek would say. Actually, not that bad. Well, they're not oily, so that's a good sign. Mechanically, something like this is just a joy to work on, it really is. Oh yeah. Strong smell of steel fuel. That's probably no good, but it'll probably start on the fuel that's in the tank, but probably not a good idea to do so, but we'll give it a go. There's somebody in the comments who annoyed me. He said, actually quite annoyed me. He said, oh, if you've got no conscience, you could just get in it and drive it. No, I'm not that bloody daft. Well, that's, yeah, it's a, is that fuel? Yeah, there's no way this car is going on the road until it's safe to do so. I will find that cockerel and I will kill it. Right, the electrodes don't look too bad on that. That's good. Yeah, no way you'd say something like that. Is that rain? Great. Yeah, that's rain. Oh, tea. Right, that's all back together. Right, carburetor. Right, well, I'll come back indoors because I'm still waiting for the jump pack to finish charging. I'm going to, in the meantime, have a look at the carburetor, and it occurred to me I've got a selection of gaskets left over from George, one of which is a float ball gasket for the carburetor. We're going to need that, so I just need to find that. Found it, did it already. So it's that little one there with the 3 ears. We need that for the lid of the float bowl, so I'm going to take that apart now, clean it out because it's bound to be gummed up with steel fuel, and then hopefully it might start. That's disgusting. No. Can just stay there. It's fine. No. Oh, seriously? You're gonna take that off to get that off? Really? That's a daft design. Oh, that'll do. Might be able to save on that old gasket if we can. Rather not use a new one if I can get away with it. Something tells me that this was well looked after to a point, because it was on the road till 2010 and then parked up. So now whether that was in dry storage, looking at the state of the car, probably not, but maybe just got too much for the person who owned it. Yeah, actually that's all fine. That's fine, that's working. I can put that on the battery. I'm just going to clean that out with a rag, because I haven't got any paper tissue, unfortunately, to hand at a second. So while clean, that's going to not have any effect on it at all. Okay, has this even got a gasket in it? Oh, yeah. That come off? Yeah, do you know what? I'm just going to reuse it for the moment. It looks like a sieve. We've got a gasket, so we'll just save on the new one, because you know things are expensive, guys. I've heard a dozen people screaming at the screen again. Just for the new one. Well, guys, this car could be a write-off, so yeah, it wants to be saved. Well, this bit does. Again, that doesn't look... It's dirty, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't look that bad. Okay. Oh, I did notice there's no oil in the dash pot, so that's not going to help matters, but... Okay. So that was the side that didn't have a washer. Okay. Right, I think this is the moment. So the fuel pump is primed. I've just checked that. There's fuel in the carburetor. So it's just a question of seeing whether it'll start. Boom, boom, boom. Ignition on. Choke all the way out. Battery. Right, let's give it a go. Right. Okay. Well, that wasn't the outcome I wanted today, guys. We were so close there. We had spark, we had ignition. I think the key issue is that fuel supply. So maybe in the next video I'm going to rig up a temporary fuel supply from the can. We'll get some fresh fuel in there and hopefully this thing will fire. So thanks ever so much for watching, guys. I shall see you next time when we will have this thing running. That's a promise. Right, I need a cup of tea. Where's my kettle?